Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And before today's video starts, today's gameplay is going to be a 37-4 gameplay, 32 versus 32 ground war with this FAMAS. And before the gameplay starts, I wanted to do an intro clip showing you the class up. Now, this isn't a best class up video or anything. This is actually a video where I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and opinions of Modern Warfare since the full release and things that need to change, and letting you know my opinion, what I think of it, and etc. etc. But anyway, let's talk about the FAMAS, aka the FR 5.56. So I haven't leveled us up fully, and this isn't the best class up like I just said, but this is a pretty good class up, and obviously the perks in that, you're going to have to level up a bit together. But anyway, we'll talk about it more in a second. So the FAMAS right now, I believe I have around like level 30, level 35, so most of these attachments are quite easy to get to. So this is my setup so far in this gameplay, and you're going to see it's actually a very good class up for this current point in the game. Now obviously, I will do a different class setup video when I get all the attachments. As you can see, I'm not even level 35, so I'm probably around like 32, 33. I can't tell them because it's glitched. It says weapon level 1. So currently for the stock, we're using FR Ultralight Hollow. Don't know why I'm using it, I'm just using it, okay? It increases the aim walking movement speed, which means it's basically stock. That's why I'm using it. It makes you, move more, it's quick, it's better. This site's the best site in my opinion in the game, so I like using this site. It's fantastic. You can use a lot of other reflex sites, so it's personal preference, but personally I like this site, it's very good. Barrel, again, as you can see, it improves the aim down sight speed and the movement speed. What isn't there to love about that, especially in a game where the sprint out time is quite slow. The Merc foregrip, this for some reason, I feel takes down the recoil a lot. I haven't got quite the thing that I want to get that's down here somewhere. I don't know what it's called. When I get it, I'll let you guys know, because trust me, it reduced the recoil by a ton, so I'm waiting to get that. And then we got the stippled grip tape, that's what it's called. And we got again the aim down sight speed and the sprint to fire speed. Again, we want to be able to aim down sight as quick as possible with how slow it is to aim down sight in this game. And yeah, that's the class up for the FFR. I am using a deagle. Use whatever pistol you want, or I don't know, launcher, anything you want really. I just use the deagle personally. And yeah, if you're someone who's got to a quite high level, again, as you can see, I'm level 53. I use Scavenger, Restock, and Battle Harden. If you haven't got to these parts, I don't know what class up really to recommend to you. Maybe for this, use Ghost, because Ghost is quite prominent right now. But make sure you try and get to Battle Harden, because that's very important for the the stuns in this game. Use Restock. Trust me, I use Restock because I love to resupply my claymores, because trust me, this is really overpowered at the moment. And Stim allows you to rush quite effectively. It helps a ton. When you get shot, just the ability to just stim yourself, get back connection, fantastic. But I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay. Again, an absolutely insane 37-4 gameplay with the FFR. One of the best guns in the game. It's just it's overshadowed by the M4 at the moment. But pretty good game, pretty insane class out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay. Let's get right into today's video. Right, hello guys, and welcome to my first Modern Warfare full release gameplay here on Quarry. Yes, that's right, 32 versus 32 ground war, and I'll explain why I'm playing 32 versus 32 ground war, and this isn't a TDM or domination or headquarters gameplay. But I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay, because today's gameplay is a 37-4, yes, spoiler alert, 37-4 FFR, aka the FAMAS Burst Assault Rifle gameplay here in ground war. And I'll probably do an intro clip showing you my class up. Again, don't take this as a best class up video, because it's definitely not yet. I haven't leveled up the gun enough yet to be able to try out enough attachments and see what the best class up for this gun is. But this gun's pretty good, so you should be using this gun. And I'll just give you my class up at the start of the video, just to, give you something to use whilst you're leveling up, because we're all leveling up at the moment. We're all trying to get as many attachments as possible. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good class up for the early start of Modern Warfare. So if you're someone leveling up and trying to get good class ups and good, good guns to use, the FFR is definitely one, and the attachments that I have on it are pretty good for this stage of Modern Warfare. And obviously you can level up and get better attachments, and I'll let you guys know what those best attachments are and give you my best class ups. Currently I am working on the M4, currently got it to like level 65, so expect a video of that soon, because again, if you've been living under a rock, unless you've been living under a rock, Modern Warfare is pretty plagued by the M4 right now, but we'll talk about that more in this video. So, sorry as well, by the way, I actually wanted to do this as well. Apologies for not doing a gameplay commentary as early as like the release of Modern Warfare. As you guys know, I've done 2 live streams so far, just to give you guys something to watch, because unfortunately I've been working quite a lot recently, and I haven't had the perfect chance to be able to record a gameplay commentary, just not at all. I have not had one chance to do it at all. And finally I've got that chance to, and I have a pretty good gameplay to deal with. Again, a 37-4 gameplay with the FAMAS. So, let's start with Modern Warfare and how I'm feeling about it and what I think of it. So, overall, let's go over some different categories, right? Let's start with the movement, alright? This is one gripe with the game at the moment. The movement has changed since the beta. For whatever reason, the movement speed of how fast you walk or run is incredibly, a lot slower than what it was in the beta. I can already tell you that now. I'm sure someone can confirm that. I'm sure there's a video proven somewhere probably. But they changed the movement speed for some strange reason, and it's going to bring into the point about the camping that we all are experiencing at the moment in this game, which is the heavy amount of camping of people sitting corners, being able to head glitch stuff quite easily. Again, I've got no problem with people head glitching, but when you're head glitching for about 1 minute and 30 seconds or about 5 minutes a game, or game time, there's a bit of a problem there. Let's just talk about one thing. There's a game mode that specifically is ruined by the amount of camping, which is currently free-for-all. Now, no, I have not played free-for-all, and I do not plan to, because I'm hearing that you cannot, it's pretty hard for some reason. Well, I say for some reason, it's due to the camping, but it is actually pretty hard to get a 30 kill free-for-all. Something that has been doable and pretty easy in any other Call of Duty that has ever existed is the ability to win a free-for-all by 30 kills and not by time. Don't ask me why. By the way, the FAMAS, as you can see, the one burst is absolutely insane on this weapon. And yeah, we're rocking some good kill streaks as well. The UAV, essential at this point without the ability to see red dots on the mini-map because of when people are firing with unsilenced weapons. The cruise missile, mostly using that because it's ground war and it's very good at taking out tanks, and that's why I use it. And the VTOL jet. The VTOL jet is the best kill streak in the game by far. It's like an 8 kill streak or something. Pretty easy to earn. And it just goes ham. It can get you either 5 kills, 20 kills, 15 kills. It can get you a lot of kills. But yeah, the cruise missile, you're going to see. If you are someone in ground war who's getting really annoyed with the tanks, use the cruise missile. Try to earn one and just fly it at the tank. Because normally there's a few people in it, camping in it and trying to get some beastly scoreline, because unfortunately, some people play so hardcore for their KD that they are sitting there in those tanks. But anyway, let's move on to the next point, the minimap. So why is the minimap a problem in this game? First of all, as you can see on the screen of this gameplay, the minimap is pretty small. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, because one, it doesn't actually show people's red dots when they're firing. The only time I get to see a red dot is when there's a UAV up. And this is a problem, and this is half the reason why there's so much camping going on, because these people who do camp and do play slower and sit in the corners and head glitch are not put on the radar. Now, I don't want to see the comment section saying, "Oh, you're just a red dot chaser." No, that's not the case at all. I'm not bothered about, red dots and whether people can see my red dots and, oh, I only play to see the red dots. Yes, the most important information is where your team is and where the map is and where everything is. But the people camping are getting away with the ability to camp due to the fact that they can use an unsilenced weapon and not be punished for using the unsilenced weapon, because they're just not on the radar. So whenever someone starts shooting you, basically you have to rely on the sound, and sometimes the sound doesn't really work with you. I've had moments where I feel like someone's been shooting in front of me, but they're actually behind me. So the sound is very good in this game, for the most part, but sometimes you just get those weird moments, like I've had it personally, that people are shooting behind me or something, and I think they're in front of me, or it's just really weird. I don't know how to explain it. That's another point as well. We'll talk about the sound in this game as well, because there is one little gripe as well, with a few things to do with sound. But yeah, the camping in this game is caused by a few things. One, the time to kill being so fast. Again, I have no problem with the time to kill being so fast. That's half the reason why these people are camping, because these players who could be new or could be slower than other players are scared to go out somewhere and move because they do die so quick. It's at the moment someone sees you, you're pretty much going to die. It's very hard not to be killed, basically, when someone sees you. So the time to kill does cause this, but I don't want them to change the time to kill. It's perfect in my opinion. It's just perfectly balanced, I think, the time to kill. I think it's just about right. But yeah, so another thing is obviously, the radar. They don't show up on the radar when they shoot with an unsilenced gun. And as well as the ability, having your gun up, because the sprint out time isn't amazing. The ability to aim down sight after sprinting isn't amazing. So these people will sit up in windows and head glitches, and you can't do much about it when you're someone who's even walking around the corner can get you killed if that person's already posted up with their sights up. It's pretty hard to actually get that person off the head glitch, or out of the window, or out of that corner even. And yeah, that's part of the reason why the camping is so prominent in this game. Now let's move on to another point. This is something that I've personally experienced, which is, I think most people have actually probably experienced and would say this is pretty true. As much as you can't prove it and all that, yada yada yada, there is skill-based matchmaking in this game, okay? I'm just going to say it. It's as blunt as that. There is skill-based matchmaking in this game. It's pretty prominent. There are players who I'm playing who have my equal skill, sometimes better as well. And it can be very frustrating because I'm not here to play a GB match, okay? I'm here to play pubs. If I wanted to play a GB match or some sort of league play match or that, I'd go to a competitive playlist. Now yes, we don't have a competitive playlist yet, but we should be getting one. And I'm not happy with dealing with people who essentially should be playing GBs in that every single game. And on top of that, I feel like my teams are terrible. Does anyone else get that experience? It's the same as Black Ops 4 again. It's not as bad as Black Ops 4. I get a lot of bad teammates, okay? I play solo, as usual, just like Black Ops 4. I'm going to be playing solo pretty much predominantly throughout this year. And my teammates are just terrible. And they oftentimes concede streaks like the gunship, like the support helo, like the VTOL jet, and it's just very annoying to deal with. Especially when these players need to be stopped, and I have to try and kill them. Because I don't feel like anyone on my team is going to do anything about it. And they're quite good players, so sometimes I can kill them, sometimes I can't kill them. It's just a bit all over the place, isn't it? And yeah, so the skill-based matchmaking. I hope they get rid of that. They need to tone it down, or just get rid of it as a whole. Because honestly, skill-based matchmaking has never been a positive for a game. I haven't seen a game where it's been a positive thing. Just as a public standpoint, like playing public, man. Like let's take Fortnite for example. The moment they added skill-based matchmaking, everybody hates it. And from my personal viewpoint, Fortnite has went a little bit downhill because of it. Skill-based matchmaking has never helped anyone. It's never improved the quality of gameplay. It's never helped the bad players either. I haven't seen a bad player ever from the skill-based matchmaking suddenly become a god because he can beat people who are of his skill. He's never going to be able to get better if he's playing people of his skill. Because all he's going to know is, oh, I'm better than this slightly worse player than me. And then he'll face people who are better than him, and then he'll be back to the drawing board. He'll be back down there, facing people of his skill. You know, it just doesn't work. I just don't see how it works, in my opinion. But yes, so the skill-based matchmaking needs to be changed, needs to be removed, or reduced, or whatever. And also, obviously, on top of the point I was speaking about earlier about the minimap, people shooting with unsilenced guns needs to appear on the minimap. It just does, okay? It's going to improve the quality of the game if they do that. As well as the minimap itself needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe in a square, I don't know. Maybe the circle's fine, but it needs to be bigger because it's really hard to see. It's so small. But yeah, let's talk about some positives though. One thing I do like about Modern Warfare, which is the gunplay. The time to kill is great. The way the guns, the recoil, the way the guns shoot, the way the hit markers feel, everything. The gunplay is great. I think everyone could agree with that. The gunplay in this game is fantastic. I feel like the hit detection is very good. I feel like the connection for most parts of the game is pretty good. So yeah, overall, I'll give that a good 9 out of 10. For gunplay, it's pretty good. As well as the connection. The connection, like for instance, the connection for a start is definitely better than Black Ops 4. Before anyone says about like connection issues they've had in this game, it's better than Black Ops 4. I can tell you that now. It just massively is. Let's talk about another thing as well. So the balance of weapons, actually, that's one thing we're talking to. The M4. The M4. I think we all know, if you have played at Modern Warfare, the M4 needs a nerf. It is just so predominantly better than every other gun in the game. It's a bit of a joke. And yes, I will be doing a gameplay giving you a best class setup with that gun. And yes, I have used it quite a bit. And that's because it is just by far and away the best gun in the game. And it's annoying. This gun slightly competes with it, but certain guns just don't. I've used SMGs up close against people using the M4. And it feels like you never have a chance. Even when you're the person shooting first, you feel like you're behind. Like, no matter what you do, if you put the first 2 to 3 shots in, that person's going to kill you because he has an M4. It's just very frustrating to deal with. What else is pretty predominant is the shotguns. Now, it's not too common at the moment, but once people start to, get the knowledge of how good the shotguns are, I think the shotguns are going to be overused a lot For instance, the 7.25 shotgun. That thing is a monster, honestly, and any shotgun in general. If you're up close against someone with a shotgun, prayers, because good luck trying to kill them. Doesn't matter if you have an SMG. The only way you're going to beat them is if you have a shotgun yourself and you beat them first, like shoot first. Because shotguns are way too good. They kill like just one shot pretty much all the time, which is crazy because in the beta the shotguns were awful and it's done a complete 180 and now the shotguns is one of the best class setups in the game. And that's another thing as well. Let's talk about weapon balance. Let's talk about the balance of equipment. For instance, the Claymore. Now, yes, I have seen that they will probably be nerfing the Claymore or reworking it, because as you can see, the Claymore's pretty OP. As long as people aren't running Flat Jacket, you are pretty much going to kill someone with a Claymore all the time, and they're incredibly hard to see most of the time. And they're put in positions that are like you're unable to do anything about. For instance, behind a door or in a corner in a particular way where you can't see the lasers point out. So it can be quite annoying to deal with. It's quite frustrating. And yes, I am using them at the moment because at the moment this is something that I'll recommend to you guys as much as I do my. So I will do my intro clip obviously showing the class setup and everything for this gameplay. But currently I am rocking Scavenger, the Restock perk, and the TACMAS perk. I don't know what it's called, but I'll tell you that, guys, in the intro. And I'm using Stim and the Claymore. Now the Claymore, just so I can place it down and hope it gets me a kill. You know, it's just simple as that. Because with Restock, I could just get another Claymore, and I can place that one. It can help me towards my kill streaks. And with Stim, I like to play aggressive. That's one thing that people are saying is you can't play aggressive in this game, and most of the time it's true. You do get punished for playing aggressive, but I want to play aggressive still. I don't care if the playstyle is best to camp. I'm going to try and play aggressive. That's why you've seen that in this gameplay. I'm trying my best to run around as much as possible and get as many kills as possible. It's quite difficult, it's not easy, but I'm trying. But hopefully they'll do something like such as improve the sprint out time, improve, I don't know, the mini-map, whatever. All these things that need adjusting to make rushing a viable tactic. Because it's not very viable compared to camping, okay? Camping is the most viable thing you can do in this game. But don't do it, okay, guys? As much as you just said heard me say that, don't do it. Be that guy. Be the guy who rushes. Be the guy who plays. Or play the game how you want to play it. But don't camp. Don't be that guy in the corner, in the little shadows in the corner. And yeah. But overall, if you want to know my opinion on this game, I do like this game. I'll give it a solid, at the moment, 7 out of 10. Now, that doesn't sound amazing. That sounds average, doesn't it? But I just think this game could be really good. But it needs to change a few things. It needs to add some better maps for a start. The maps in multiplayer, for instance, TDM and Domination, that's why you're seeing a Ground War gameplay, is because the maps in TDM and Domination for that are awful. They all play horribly. I think that's because of, again, the turn to kill and stuff like that, and the camping. But most of the maps are awful. They are awful. You know, Ground War's not too bad. I like both of the maps. You know, I don't like the other one, the skyscraper one, too much, but it's pretty decent. And this one I think is very good. I think this one plays quite well. I hate the tanks. That's another thing. They need to get rid of the tanks or nerf them or something. They probably won't get rid of them, but they need to nerf them because they are annoying as anything. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that gameplay there though, and I hope you do try out this class setup because it's a pretty insane class setup and a pretty insane gameplay. Again, this is a really good early class setup if you are using the FFR. It's very good. But I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay. Again, a 37-4 gameplay. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, notification on, and catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!